Greetings. Greetings. Let's get some music on. Boom, 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 boom. Whoa, what? Oh. Whoa, whoa. Mm. You make me happy. Hey, hey. Cheers. Hey. Before you let. Hey, 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 hey. Y'all gotta get y'all inside ball. Yeah. Hey, before when? Hey, and shines on you. Nothing, nothing I would not. What? Okay, okay, okay. Before I let you. Mm. Never, 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 never. Mm. Okay, y'all know we gotta cut it. We gotta pause it. I ain't mean to close the whole thing. Hold on. That's my favorite song. Don't y'all love that song? Before I let you go. Okay. So I do want to share this with y'all. Let me pause it. Mute it, play it, and I'm gonna share the screen. I hope everybody's doing well today. Pause. Pause. Slow down. Hold on. Hold on. It's still playing. All right. Now I'm up. Where my water? Cheers. Shout out to the water drinkers. We're gonna make this a whole video. We're gonna pull a card and we're gonna read the Kybalion. Uh Before I let go. Hmm. Doom doom doom. Hey. Whoa whoa. Okay.
Number 1. Mustard seed versus prepared mustard. When using the term mustard, frequently the smooth, yellow, paste-like condiment comes to mind. Mustard, however, can also refer to the seeds that it's made from. Mustard seed is a type of spice, used whole or as a ground powder. The 3 types of seeds identified by their color are yellow, brown, and black. Yellow mustard seed, sometimes called white mustard, is the one most popular for use as a type of culinary seasoning. Interestingly, however, all mustard seed is yellow on the inside, despite the exterior pigmentation. When mustard seeds are soaked in liquid, they become slightly mucilaginous and the perfect consistency for making what is commonly called prepared mustard. This process involves grinding seeds and mixing them with water, vinegar, salt, and often turmeric, which can give it a bright yellow color. There are many different types of mustard, with yellow mustard and Dijon being two of the most popular American favorites. Traditional yellow mustard is made from yellow mustard seeds, whereas Dijon mustard often incorporates spicier brown seeds or a combo of yellow and brown, in addition to white wine or wine vinegar. Other cultural variations of prepared mustard can range in spiciness and texture depending on the seeds and grinding methods utilized. Stay tuned for more on how to make homemade mustard later in this video. Number 2. Mustard's cruciferous compounds and flavor. The mustard seed plant is a type of cruciferous species related to kale, broccoli, cabbage, radish, watercress, and horseradish. These plants are identified by their similar blossoms with 4 yellow petals that form a cross, hence the name crucifer. Mustard seeds come from the long seed pods that form after the flowering stage. The seeds are very high in cruciferous substances known as glucosinolates, especially sinigrin and cinnamon. When the seeds are broken or ground and mixed with water, the myrosinase enzyme acts on the glucosinolates and produces various isothiocyanates, the substances that give mustard its health benefits. The main two are allyl isothiocyanate and 4-hydroxybenzyl isothiocyanate. These isothiocyanates are generally known as mustard oil and are found to a smaller degree in all members of the cruciferous plant family. Allyl isothiocyanate is primarily responsible for the hot, pungent flavor of mustard and is also high in other species like garlic, horseradish, and wasabi. The different types of mustard seed, yellow, Brassica alba, brown, Brassica juncea, and black, Brassica nigra, can vary in heat intensity and taste sensations depending on the unique ratio and concentration of isothiocyanates. Brown and black mustard seeds are generally hotter than yellow. Number 3. Mustard seed and isothiocyanate health benefits. The glucosinolate-derived isothiocyanates in ground mustard seed, as well as quality prepared mustard, are sulfur-bearing compounds known for both their antioxidant, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory influence. The organosulfur compounds are likewise identified to support the body's detoxification processes and are often claimed to help detoxify food toxins created, for example, when grilling proteins. Prepared mustard thus makes a great spice rub when smoking or barbecuing. In herbal folk traditions, mustard seed has been used as an expectorant for clearing congestion as well as a general analgesic for aches and pains when used in hot baths. The seed's antimicrobial properties are known to work well in herbal foot soaks. Number 4. Mustard seed as a digestive spice. Their oily, hot, and mucilaginous qualities make mustard seed and prepared mustard ideal for activating digestive fire in Vata and Kapha body types. Brown mustard seed is a #1 ingredient in Ayurvedic Khichdi spice blends used for these same purposes. Mustard seed is often toasted with other seed spices like cumin, fenugreek, and coriander for use in curries, dals, and numerous East Indian foods. It is also commonly found in pickling spice blends when making pickles or culturing vegetables. Number 5. How to make a homemade mustard recipe. It is super easy to make homemade mustard using one type of whole mustard seed or a combination. This recipe will make a little under 1 cup of prepared mustard. Our homemade mustard seed recipe includes 1/2 cup of whole mustard seeds, half black mustard seed and half yellow, 1/2 cup of pure water, 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, and 1/2 teaspoon of pink salt. Directions: grind up the whole seeds in a high speed blender until a coarse to fine powder. Add other ingredients and mix with water. Let sit on the counter over.
All right. So y'all can go over and check that out. I am going to. Well, I did drop the link. For those of you that want to check it out, it's just one of the ingredients. It's got 19 herbs in it. And so I don't never tell nobody. So this is me putting y'all on notice. You get an ounce of tea, and it's on my website. Go to my link tree. And so yeah, I'm finna keep it pushing. We got a lot to do. We're gonna pull these cards though. I done missed 2 days. We're gonna get that done. Sorry. Y'all know I be slow motion with it. So I got a lot going on, y'all. Y'all have no idea. And yet I sin. Yesterday was a sunflower, beautiful card. Beautiful card. I love sunflowers, and y'all already know. Ah, 2 cards fell, so I ain't mess with y'all. I just started shuffling. Nope. Trying to jump out. Nope. 3 cards. And they good cards. Now, Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and Judgment. But I'm not doing the 3 card pool. So we gotta keep shuffling. I just started shuffling. How they just gonna fall out? At least it's documented. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to snap out of. Y'all know what I mean? I smoked. It slowed me down. We slowed down in slow motion. I had not been to Cloud9 in a couple of days. So today I went out to the tree in my yard, sat on the swing, caught a cloud up to level 9. I need to go out there and jump on the trampoline. That's what I need to do. Mm. Mm. Let me put the music on since we waiting. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Whoa, whoa. Frankie Beverly. Let me see. Happy feelings. Uh, I get so sick of commercials. How many we gonna see? Okay, I can do this. Okay. Charge the card for the music. Uh-uh. I'm not Go out, shut the door, and wait till I get up. Get out. Get out. You better sing it. Mm, mm, mm. Just jamming. All right, so I do not own the rights to that music, but fair use is the law. Fair use is the law. We're just listening to this music for educational and research purposes because we had to find out what kind of feelings was in the air. And so, again, fair use is allowed. And let's mark this section so people know what a card pull is. Y'all, card pull. Let me put it in. Ooh, those feelings all around the world. Ooh. But yeah, when you're going through, listen to some good music, man. Music changes your vibration, man. Okay. The high priestess card. Listen, y'all. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. Y'all gonna stop playing. High priestess. I am high priestess. And so I resonate. I don't know about y'all. Let's read and then we'll see if it resonates with y'all too. You might be a high priestess and not know it. Okay. Let me turn this light on. I be feeling like my videos is ghetto without the light. Cause it's kind of dark in here. Feel that happy feeling all around the world. Mm. Okay. I am back. Feel that happy. It says, this is who? Ooh, glare. The flower is the pomegranate. Did y'all know pomegranate is a flower? Meaning an example of vitality, endurance, abundance, eternal life, immortality. It is also an example of invulnerability, kingdom of heaven, hidden multiplicity and unity, hidden multiplicity and unity. Pomegranate depicts a symbol of femininity, Aphrodite, a feminine essence full of love. For the mythological, for the mythological character of Persephone, the wife of the god Hades, it was the pomegranate seeds that became the means to stay alive and unharmed in the kingdom of the dead, and then come out again as if to be reborn for life. Classic meaning of the card: intuition, inner voice, mystery, potential, trust, night, subconsciousness, silence, impartiality, disinterest in relationships, observation, surveillance, passive behavior, unconscious, subconscious aspiration. This is a feminine card and also associated with prophecy and clairvoyance. Take what is right and what you are ready for and to what you have grown up. The priestess will not give you unripe fruit. Everyone will be rewarded according to their knowledge. The priestess is a yin symbol. Description of the card created, the story created on the card. The ornate lines of the pomegranate stem symbolize secrets, understatement, and ambiguity, ambiguity of the situation, deliberately keeping in the dark and doubts. The priestess is a yin symbol. The moon at her feet is a symbol of dark, passive intuition, denotes complete power and reign over the spiritual world. The priestess sits on guard of the pomegranate garden and controls and protects the law of the origin of life. Three stages of maturation are shown in 1 hour intervals. This is a symbol of the three phases of the moon: a bud, a blossoming flower, and a ripe fruit. It symbolizes potential, prophecy, vision of the future, fluidity of life, and it emphasizes the inconstancy of the situation. It is not known in what sequence the sprout developed. It also symbolizes a moment of doubt and uncertainty. Perhaps there is an impact of force from the outside. The stems falling vertically along the fruit symbolize the columns from the classic plot of the card. On either side of the fruit are ornate letters B and J, the Hebrew letters Bit and Yod. The colors were chosen in order to emphasize the semantic load of the card. The shades of the pomegranate, fruit, and bluish turquoise background emphasize the main meanings of the card: depth, fluidity, passive, and ability to keep information and emotions. So this is the card. I'm looking at it. Let me check it out. The Torah shows up everywhere. This has the Hebrew letters bits and yod. Okay. All right, high priestess. So yeah, beautiful card. The pomegranate. It's a flower. And so that's what we pulled today. The high priestess card. The high priestess card. Okay. 'Cause, 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 'c Y'all know the high priestess changes things. I just want to go back over the classic meaning of the card. Intuition, inner voice, mystery, potential, trust, night, subconsciousness, silence, impartiality, disinterest in relationships, observation, surveillance, passive behavior, unconscious, subconscious aspiration. And it says this is a feminine card and also associated with prophecy and clairvoyance. Take what is right and what you are ready for and to what you have grown up. The priestess will not give you unripe fruit. Everyone will be rewarded according to their knowledge. The priestess is a yin symbol, it's a feminine symbol. Everybody will be rewarded according to their knowledge. And so, yeah, moving forward. Let's pull the other card. Y'all know I be getting excited about the cards, especially when they on point. Like, whatever you're going through, good, bad, indifferent. Y'all gotta find me a computer. I gotta find me. I thought I had already searched on here. I don't see it. Um, PC. That's what I searched. And let me sort them because don't show me the highest stuff first. They keep putting up gaming PCs. It's like why? Why? Yeah. Oh, let me play the music while instead of just over here acting the fool, cause y'all know I will do it. Okay. Mm. Oh. around the world. Okay. Feeling the happy feeling, yeah. I don't know that part. I don't know that part. Okay, so we did pull boom, boom. Hold on, the glare. Okay, the glare. Yeah, I see it. The positivity card, the flowers, the marigold. See, the high priest is gonna help you get through the work, and then the marigold is gonna see you on through. Let's see what it says. Card number 40. The high priestess card was number 2. Yep, yep. 40. Mm. The quote: flowers always make people better, happier, and more helpful. They are sunshine, food, and medicine to the soul. Oracle meanings: a better understanding is indicated and a reason to be more optimistic about outcomes and the roads to get there. There are opportunities for nurturing encounters, and a general aura of happiness pervades. Marigolds help us to focus on the positive aspect of even the most difficult events. Your inner child may need to come out for play, and be sure to take creative invitations. Be wary of not having all the facts and of emotional blockages. Mm. Magical correspondences, uses for vigor, renewal, life force, creativity, and grief. Deities is Bridget, Huzilo Pochuli, Nana Huasin, and celestial sun and astrological sign is Leo. And again, that's the marigold. Positivity card. So whatever you're going through, there's a positive outcome on the way for you. On the way for you. All right. I'm trying to save my last little bit of water, but let me just drink it. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now, I'm just still looking at my little peppers. So I guess we need to go into the Kybalion. Whew. Oh, excuse me. So let me put a little marker up here to separate the two. The Kybalion. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I guess I can make me a salad. We're in chapter 11. Are we? Are we? What? It says that we're on chapter 12. I don't remember reading that part. Let me check. Hmm. 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 Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, we're on chapter 11. Let me share this game. Kybalion. Listen, why are you? What page is this? 153. Sure, let me just. Yeah, I have no idea why I'm so sleepy. La 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 la. Oh, I be sharing this like I'm gonna be scrolling it. It's okay. It's okay. La 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 la. Okay. Rhythm. Let me share the screen. I'm making sure it's already sharing. Mm, let's just focus on this. I'll drop it in the chat. Oh. So we on chapter 11. Cell phone call. What was I gonna put in here? I think this is maybe chapter 11, which is rhythm. And let me just make sure. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let's do this. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing and manifest in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. The rhythm compensates. And let me double check my channel because I feel like I still did it. I feel like I already did this chapter. This is 10. Let oh, oh, no, 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 stay. I want to, can I leave the studio? No. Okay. I just thought I read this yesterday. Maybe I was so tired I was delirious. August 8th. That was yesterday. No. Yesterday was the 9th. What's the date, y'all? I did a card pull, but I didn't read. Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just get into it. All right. So I got the whole screen good. Chapter 11 Rhythm. The great fifth hermetic principle. The great fifth hermetic principle. The principle of rhythm embodies the truth that in everything there is manifested a measured motion, a to and from movement, a flow and inflow, a swing forward and backwards, a pendulum like movement, a tide and ebb flow, a high tide and a low tide between the two poles manifest, on the physical, mental, or spiritual planes. The principle of rhythm is closely connected with the principle of polarity described in the preceding chapter. Rhythm manifests between the two poles established by the principle of polarity. This does not mean, however, that the pendulum of rhythm swings to the extreme poles, for this rarely happens. In fact, it is difficult to establish the extreme polar opposites in the majority of the cases, but the swing is ever toward the first one pole and then the other. There is always an action and a reaction, an advance and a retreat, a rising and a sinking, manifested in all the airs and phenomena of the universe. Suns, worlds, men, animals, plants, minerals, forces, energy, mind and matter, yes, even spirit manifests this principle. The principle manifests in the creation and destruction of worlds, in the rise and fall of nations, in the life history of all things, and finally in the mental states of man. Beginning with the manifestations of spirit of the all, it will be noticed that there is ever the outpouring and indrawing, the outbreathing and inbreathing of Brahm, as the Brahmins worded, worded. Universes are created. They reach their extreme low point of materiality and then begin their upward swing. Suns spring into being, and their height of power being reached, the process of retrogression begins, and after eons they become dead masses of matter, awaiting another impulse, which starts again their inner energies into activity, and a new solar life cycle is begun. And thus it is with all the worlds. They are born, grow, and die, only to be reborn. And thus it is with all the things of shape and form. They swing from action to reaction, from birth to death, from activity to inactivity, and then back again. Thus it is with all living things. They are born, grow, and die, and then are reborn. So it is with all great movements, philosophies, creeds, fashions, governments, nations, and all else: birth, growth, maturity, decadence, death, and then new birth. The swing of the pendulum is ever in evidence. Night follows day, and day night. The pendulum swings from summer to winter, and then back again. The corpuscles, atoms, molecules, and all masses of matter swing around the circle of their nature. There is no such thing as absolute rest or cessation from movement, and all movement partakes of rhythm. The principle is of universal application. It may be applied to any question or phenomenon of any of the many planes of life. It may be applied to all phases of human activity. There is always the rhythmic, rhythmic swing from one pole to the other. The universe pendulum is ever in motion. The tides of life flow in and out according to law. The principle of rhythm is well understood by modern science and is considered a universal law as applied to material things. But the Hermeticists carry the principle much further and know that its manifestations and influence extend to the mental activities of man, and that it accounts for the bewildering succession of moods, feelings, and other annoying and perplexing changes that we notice in ourselves. But the Hermeticists, by studying the operations of this principle, have learned to escape some of its activities by transmutation. The Hermetic masters long since discovered that while the principle of rhythm was invariable and ever in evidence in mental phenomena, still there were two planes of its manifestation so far as mental phenomena are concerned. They discovered that there were two general planes of consciousness, the lower and the higher, the understanding of which fact enabled them to rise to a higher plane and thus escape the swing of the rhythmic pendulum which manifested on the lower plane. In other words, the swing of the pendulum occurred on the unconscious plane and the consciousness was not affected. This they call the law of neutralization. Its operations consist in the raising of the ego above the vibrations of the unconscious plane of mental activity so that the negative swing of the pendulum is not manifested in consciousness and therefore they are not affected. It is akin to rising above a thing and letting it pass beneath you. The Hermetic Master or advanced student polarizing himself at the desired pole, and by a process akin to refusing to participate in the backward swing, or if you prefer, a denial of its influence over him, he stands firm in his polarized position and allows the mental pendulum to swing back along the unconscious plane. All individuals who have attained any degree of self mastery accomplish this more or less unknowingly, and by refusing to allow their moods and negative mental states to affect them, they apply the law of neutralization. The master, however, carries this to a much higher degree of proficiency, and by the use of his will, he attains a degree of poise and mental firmness almost impossible of belief on the part of those who allow themselves to be swung backward and forward by the mental pendulum of moods and feelings. The importance of this will be appreciated by any thinking person who realizes what creatures of moods, feelings, and emotion the majority of people are and how little mastery of themselves they manifest. If you will stop and consider a moment, you will realize how much these swings of rhythm have affected you in your life and how a period of enthusiasm has been invariably followed by an opposite feeling of mood, the opposite feeling and mood of depression. Likewise, your moods and periods of courage have been succeeded by equal moods of fear. And so it has ever been with the majority of persons. Tides of feeling have ever risen and fallen with them, but they have never suspected the cause or reason of the mental phenomenon. An understanding of the workings of this principle will give one the key to mastery of these rhythmic swings of feeling and will enable him to know himself better and to avoid being carried away by the inflows and the outflows. The will is superior to the conscious manifestation of this principle. Although the principle itself can never be destroyed, we may escape its effects, but the principle operates nevertheless. The pendulum ever swings, although we may escape being carried along with it. There are other features of the operation of this principle of rhythm of which we wish to speak at this point. There comes into its operations that which is known as the law of compensation. One of the definitions or meanings of the word compensate is to counterbalance, which is the sense in which the Hermeticists use the term. It is this law of compensation to which the Kybalion refers when it says the measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. The law of compensation is that the swing in one direction determines the swing in the opposite direction, or to the opposite pole. The one balances or counterbalances the other. On the physical plane, we see many examples of this law. The pendulum of the clock swings a certain distance to the right and then an equal distance to the left. The seasons balance each other in the same way. The tides follow the same law, and the same law is manifested in all the phenomena of rhythm. The pendulum, with a short swing in one direction, has but a short swing in the other, while the long swing to the right invariably means a long swing to the left. An object hurled upward to a certain height has an equal distance to traverse on its return. The force which a projectile is sent upward a mile is reproduced when the projectile returns to the earth on its return journey. The law is constant on the physical plane, as reference to the standard authorities will show you. Now, but the Hermeticists still carry it further. They teach that a man's mental states are subject to the same law. The man who enjoys keenly is subject to keen suffering, while he who feels but little pain is capable of feeling but little joy. The pig suffers but little mentally and enjoys but little he is compensated. And on the other hand, there are other animals who enjoy keenly, but whose nervous organisms and temperament causes them to suffer exquisite degrees of pain. And so it is with man. There are temperaments which permit of but low degrees of enjoyment and equally low degrees of suffering, while there are others which permit the most intense enjoyment but also the most intense suffering. The rule is that the capacity for pain and pleasure in each individual are balanced. The law of compensation is in full operation here, but the Hermeticists go still further in this matter. They teach that before one is able to enjoy a certain degree of pleasure, he must have swung as far proportionately toward the other end of the pole of feeling. They hold, however, that the negative is precedent to the positive in this manner. That is to say, that in experiencing a certain degree of pleasure, it does not follow that he will have to pay up for it with a corresponding degree of pain. Because I thought that's what it was saying. I was going to say that don't work. Okay, so on the contrary, the pleasure is the rhythmic swing according to the law of compensation for a degree of pain previously experienced in either the present life or in a previous incarnation. This throws a new light on the problem of pain. The Hermeticists regard the chain of lives as continuous and as forming a part of one life of the individual, so that in consequence, the rhythmic swing is understood in this way, while it would be without meaning unless the truth of reincarnation is admitted. But the Hermeticists claim that the master or advanced student is able to a great degree to escape the swing toward pain by the process of neutralization before mentioned. By rising on the higher plane of the ego, much of the experience that comes to those dwelling on the lower plane is avoided and escaped. The law of compensation plays an important part in the lives of men and women. It will be noticed that one generally pays the price of anything he possesses or lacks. If he has one thing, he lacks another. The balance is struck. No one can keep his penny and have the bit of cake at the same time. Everything has its pleasant and unpleasant sides. The things that one gains are always paid for by the things that one loses. Wow. Let me highlight that. That was deep. The things that one gains are always paid for by the things that one loses. The rich possess much that the poor lack, while the poor often possess things that are beyond the reach of the rich. The millionaire may have the inclination toward feasting and the wealth wherewith to secure all the dainties and luxuries of the table, while he lacks the appetite to enjoy the same. He envies the appetite and digestion of the laborer, who lacks the wealth and inclinations of the millionaire, and who gets more pleasure from his plain food than the millionaire could obtain, even if his appetite were not jaded, nor his digestion ruined, for the wants, habits, and inclinations differ. And so it is through life. The law of compensation is ever in operation, striving to balance and counterbalance, and always succeeding in time, even though several lives may be required for the return swing of the pendulum of rhythm. Okay, so that was good. They said the things that one gains are always paid by the things that one loses. And the next chapter we'll be on is chapter 12, causation. Yeah, I'm so sleepy. I think I might try to take me a little 30-minute nap. Man, it's 5 o'clock. I still got time. Wake up at 7, like, why did I take a nap? So, yeah, I hope everybody has a good day. We got it done in under an hour. Peace and power. And I'm out.